Okay, this video is a quick kind of video user's guide for the LYNK Terminal. So it's going to go over all the screens that your consumers would see, some of the screens that your drivers will use, and also a quick overview of some of the other options when you go to the service menu. We'll also show you the similarities between the LYNK B and the LYNK F terminals. The wiring on the back of them is actually the same, and we'll kind of explain that. Okay, this is kind of a video user's manual for the LYNK series terminal. So I'm going to show you on the full screen unit. Then right next to it, I've got a bill unit here that I'm going to kind of explain the connectors and stuff on. So this is the way the terminal is going to look when it's running in the vending machine. This is configured for Spanish as the primary language. Sorry, English is the primary language and Spanish as the secondary language. So you can hit there and it'll switch to Spanish for the rest of the transaction. And you can switch it back to English. Okay. Oops, I didn't switch it back. There we go. Okay. And I just wanted to go through. So right now, this is how it would appear in the vending machine. It is waiting for you to insert a card. So the options are, so you can do a chip card. So the chip card area reading on these is right at the top of the screen. That's why it'll say tap to pay up here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and then right now we put money on the vending machine. I think we're going to use $5 or $10. We have not authorized any transactions. Nothing is being pre-authorized. I'm going to go ahead and buy something for E1. Okay, and at this point we only run through one transaction. So in my test vending machine is configured for 10 cents, so there was no pre-authorization. It was just a 10-cent vend. Similarly, you can, I'll take an American Express this time just to mix it up. You can swipe your card. Once again, I'll run through another transaction. 10 cents. Okay. And lastly, you can also do chip cards. So, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, this cylinder is not configured for multi-vend. If it was, you can configure it for up to 3 to 5 multi-vends, at which point it would, after this transaction, it would just ask for 10 seconds, would you like to do another transaction? So let me grab a GlobalConnect card. Where did my GlobalConnect card go? Oh, here it is, right in front of me. Okay, so the GlobalConnect card, you can swipe it here. It'll actually retrieve your balance, and it will either put this amount on the vending machine controller, or it may put it in the pre-configured amount, which could be $10. So I've got $11.17 on my card right now. I'm going to go ahead and buy something. E1, and it's going to process the payment. And now if I go back in again, I'll probably have $11.07 on it because it was a 10-cent charge. Okay, so that's correct. The other thing you can do is you can reload at this point. And if I hit reload, you can add a $10, $25, or $50 reload off of a credit card. We've disabled reloading from cash at this time because of issues with the cash accountability, but that's something we may bring back. Okay, so that's basically how you use that terminal. So I'm going to bring over the other terminal here and just talk through this one. So this is the bill unit. Obviously, bills go here. It's basically the same layout with the mag stripe on the right side. Tap is up here. It's actually got lights built in up here that you can't see. Chip is down. Oh, you're not going to chip that card. Chip is down here. And yeah, and otherwise it's the same, and the bills go here. So let me just explain the back wiring on this real easily and real quickly. So on the back of these, there's a lot of different options here, but basically you're going to connect the antenna. This is actually an MDB port right here, and we give you an MDB-Y cable that splits this so you can put it in between the vending machine controller, the bill validator, and then this is the DEX cable which looks like this. So it plugs in. It's got a network connection on one side here, and then it has your DEX cable on the other side. Okay, and now this one that just fell. So the back of this actually looks very different. It's upside down. But with these proprietary connectors in here, you'll see it still gives you the same thing. It's going to give you an MDB connector here, which you can hook up to the Y cable and then hook up to the VMC and the bill validator. You've got a DEX cable here, and then you've got a antenna cable here that we give you a special tool to put these on. It's a little bit tight. So that's an overview of kind of the devices and how they work. One last thing I just wanted to end with is right now the only option for using a US Connect card is to swipe the card. That's because there's a lot of certifications involved in the Apple Pay and the Google Pay. Tap the app. We are working on another our own payment option, so that'll be coming shortly for using the application to pay. So we'll have more information on that shortly. Okay, so that's the end of the introduction. Okay, for your service techs or drivers, I just wanted to go through how to access the service menu. So on these terminals, you need to hold your finger on the middle of the screen for about 2 seconds, and then it should come up with an option to let you into the terminal. And it's going to tell you the version number of the application and the serial number right up here. And then you can put in your PIN. This is different for every operator. So for my test account, it's 9999. It's going to bring up this screen right here. So reboot obviously is going to reboot the terminal. It's going to check for updates immediately. You might use that if you were on the phone with us and we sent an update, or you're having some other issue and you didn't want to open up the machine. Service Dex is the most popular option. That's for Cantaloupe users, and this is the same. Basically, it's going to send the DEX file when you're pulling the money out of the machine, so we'll go ahead and do that. And it's reading the DEX file out of the vending machine right now. And there we go. Read it, sending it up to the server. And okay, and I'm going to go back into the service menu here, and I'm just going to show you some other options. Let me get back in here for a second. Okay, so the other options, I'm going to take you through these in a second. Okay, so this is the same screen that shows up if you're doing self-checks. So you can do a communications check. That's almost always going to work. You can do a credit card check. At this point, it's going to charge $1 and then refund $1. So there's no harm in doing this with your personal credit card, because it's either all going to work or it's all going to not. So just did a charge for $1 and a refund. You can check the GlobalConnect card. Mine fell on the ground. All right. I didn't read it in straight here. Just going to fetch the balance off that. Okay. And then you can do a DEX check. So this is the same set of screens that pops up when you first do the installation. You want to run through these screens because this will actually send the self-checks into your vending operator, so you'll have a record of them with the signal strength. The last one of these is important. If you register a terminal and you put it at the wrong vending equipment, you can come back into this menu and you can move it. So I'm going to move the telemeter and my operator ID. Yours are going to be 2 or 3 digits, but mine's extra long and my PIN is extra long. And then I can move it to a new machine. So I'm just going to put in a random number here. So when I do this, it's going to actually move the vending equipment and send an email to your VMS operator saying that this telemeter with that serial number I showed before is now at a different asset, so they can set it up properly in the vending machine controller. So that's a summary of kind of the service screens for the service techs.